10 most beautiful cities of the world, British painter Francis Beaverbrook stated that beauty is within inside the eyes of the beholder. The author Émile Zola brought that splendor trusted the nation of thoughts, and the instant of existence wherein it's far contemplated. It is really subjective to outline which towns are stunning, and which might be now no longer, to keep away from controversy. Maximum travelers, similarly to their experience, bear in mind different elements including the scale of the metropolis, its structure, inexperienced regions, the historical past, the historical creative set, and in the event that they have a wealthy gastronomy in their own, following the one's criteria, those will be the 10 maximum stunning towns within inside the global for us. 10. San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, located within inside the nation of Guanajuato. This Mexican metropolis is one of the quietest within inside the center of the USA, and additionally one of the maximum stunning towns within inside the global. Its colonial past, seen in a lot of its homes, coexist with its Mexican essence. This is obvious within inside the massive range of canteens scattered round its streets, markets, gastronomy, or in a lot of its museums. It additionally performed an essential function within inside the Mexican War of Independence. That's why the metropolis is a part of Miguel Hidalgo's path today. San Miguel de Allende has an extreme cultural and inventive existence, in addition to massive and experienced and forested regions in its surroundings. A short while from the ancient center is El Charco, a nature reserve that consists of a botanical lawn and a water device from the colonial generation. 9. Venice, Italy. The metropolis of the channels is made from extra than 100 small islands joined collectively through extra than 400 bridges. Its most important allure lies within inside the truth that it's far a pedestrian metropolis because the most effective sight visitors allowed is that of the boats that go its channels. This is why Venice owns the identify of the maximum romantic and unique towns in Europe. Many artists have left their mark on it. A Venetian school of portrait clearly exists, and examples of it is able to be visible in lots of museums worldwide. Its Renaissance structure is certainly considered one among its most important hallmarks, as is the Plaza de San Marcos. There you may locate a number of the Italian cafes and eating places maximum frequented through tourists. It became additionally an essential nucleus for Italian song. Not most effective, Vivaldi became born here. However, it additionally has one of the maximum well-known opera coliseums within inside the global. 8. San Francisco, United States. The metropolis of the slopes is taken into consideration one of the maximum stunning towns within inside the United States. Its massive lawn regions, the parks wherein you could disconnect from the huge metropolis, and the seashores that surround its coast make it one of the preferred locations for travelers. The Golden Gate is one of the maximum diagnosed icons of America. So is Alamo Square, wherein you could locate the famous painted ladies. The global individual of the towns receives its right reflections in its neighborhoods, all of them multicultural and complete of existence. It is likewise a metropolis wherein entertainment, appearing arts, song, and its excellent type of museums prevail. 7. Istanbul, Turkey. Halfway among Europe and Asia, Istanbul is an instance of coexistence among the historical traditions with the Western modernity. It became known as Byzantium first, and, later, Constantinople. Its records nonetheless beats within inside the oldest part of the metropolis. There we discover a number of its maximum vast homes, including the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, the Cisterna Basilica, the Topkapi Palace, or the Grand Bazaar, able to taking us again in time. Its maximum cosmopolitan place is placed on the alternative aspect of the Bosphorus, wherein subculture and existence were a good deal extra westernized. Istanbul has opened itself to the sector without dropping its Turkish essence. It is likewise the most effective metropolis wherein, simply through crossing a bridge, we are able to alternate continents. 6. Bergen, Norway. It is one of the maximum photographed towns in Norway and, of course, one of the maximum stunning towns within inside the global. Its vintage quarter, Bryggen, as soon as occupied through the Hanseatica League, is the postcard of colorful homes that we take from the metropolis. It is placed among 7 hills, a number of them recognized to be the location wherein their famous trolls live. It is likewise the gateway to the Norwegian fjords, so it isn't sudden that it's far one of the critical stops to ponder this surprise of nature. The KODE Museum reveals a number of the great works of its maximum illustrious painter, Edvard Munch. We will locate its higher flavor on the port, wherein the one-of-a-kind avenue carriers promote a number of the gastronomic delights of the USA. Salmon and dried cod are their hallmarks. Five, Cape Town, South Africa, and critical vacation spot to your experience to South Africa. Cape Town is in all likelihood one of the maximum multicultural towns in Africa and has great incorporated its European historical past with its African individual. Its most important appeal is the explosion of color of its picturesque homes. Like its surroundings, composed of just about virgin nature, we can locate massive hills and plentiful vegetation, and additionally crystal clean water seashores with penguin colonies. Or a seal island. Very near the metropolis, you could additionally locate a number of the great vineyards within inside the USA. Its records nonetheless remembers that Cape Town became the birthplace of many leaders of the anti-apartheid movement. In truth, on this metropolis became where Nelson Mandela recited the speech that marked the start of a brand new generation for the USA. 4. Prague, Czech Republic. This fairytale location is one of the maximum stunning towns in Europe, and now no longer most effective for its structure. However, for its unique sensitivity to artwork, it has produced great musicians, writers, and filmmakers liable for giving the metropolis that bohemian contact that characterizes it. In this aspect, it's been in comparison on several events with Paris. Its medieval surroundings is capable of delivering us to every other time. Its vintage town, the Charles Bridge or its astronomical clock, are a number of the treasures with which the metropolis delights the developing numbers of travelers who go to it each year. 3. St. Petersburg, Russia. Russia is the house of the so known as Venice of the North because of its canals and extra than 300 bridges. Pampers the exuberant palaces inherited from the Tsar's empire. Architecture makes St. Petersburg one of the maximum stunning towns ever, but there may be a good deal extra to it. This former capital of Russia, whose streets and squares lived a number of the maximum bloody pages of its records, is an open-air museum. This is hidden within inside the wintry weather months through snow. The brilliant hues of its cathedrals, palaces, and homes shine on their own. The Hermitage Museum homes a number of the great works of artwork within inside the global, in addition to providing site visitors the risk to go to a number of the halls of the Romanov dynasty, the maximum energetic place of the metropolis, where an existence is something however static, is Nevsky, the customary verbal exchange channel of St. Petersburg that concentrates its maximum cutting-edge premises. 2. Dubrovnik, Croatia. It became one of the towns that suffered the maximum with the Balkan War, inflicting it to be closely bombed. Despite the wounds, this European metropolis has controlled to get better the historical splendor that characterizes it. Considered as the pearl of the Adriatic, this vintage metropolis that stood out for its significance with inside the arts and sciences lies at the back of a wall. Inside it, we discover an ochre-colored metropolis with a unique surroundings, which combines lifestyle with artwork. Its streets had been as soon as trodden through knights, fishermen, looters, kings, or merchants. Today, a few of the homes of the historical craftsmen were transformed into galleries, workshops, or small shops. The splendor of this metropolis has served as thought for collection, including Game of Thrones, which has used it as a level all through its one-of-a-kind seasons. But even without the cinema interfering, that is one of the maximum stunning towns within inside the global. 1. Kyoto, Japan. Time appears to have frozen in Kyoto. This historical capital of Japan mixes the allure of a traditional metropolis, wherein its population nonetheless put on kimono, with extra cutting-edge neighborhoods. It is one of the few Japanese towns that became now no longer bombed all through the Second World War, so its structure and historical past stay certainly intact. Located at the island of Honshu, Kyoto has taken into consideration the cultural and movie center of Japan. Here, we are able to locate extra than 600 Buddhist temples, 400 Shinto shrines, historical imperial villas, movie studios, and extra than 200 gardens, taken into consideration the maximum stunning with inside the USA because of the range of its flora. His college is likewise one of the maximum essential in Japan, so the surroundings isn't lacking.